She came storming back over the fence, jabbing her finger at our yard like it already belonged to her. "This is HOA property now," she screamed, shaking a clipboard stuffed with fake violation notices. I was about to respond when two men in black jackets appeared behind her. Bold yellow letters stretched across their backs. HOA Patrol. They didn't knock or pause. They shoved the gate open like it was theirs to command. One of them snapped, "Move aside, old man. This gate violates community standards." Grandpa didn't budge. He stayed seated on his porch swing, cowboy hat pulled low, slowly sipping his sweet tea. His eyes narrowed, not angry, just precise. He gave a quiet chuckle. "Community standards?" he said calmly. "Son, this land's been mine longer than your HOA's been a bad idea." The patrol guy shoved the gate again. The instant his hand made contact, snap. A sharp burst of electricity cracked through the metal. He yelped, stumbling backward, clutching his hand, and shouting curses. Karen shrieked, "That's illegal. He assaulted you." She yanked out her phone, yelling, "I'm calling the police. He's going to jail today." Grandpa leaned forward slightly, voice steady but icy. "You go right ahead and call whoever you want," he said. "But you'd better hope the real sheriff shows up." The patrolmen froze. For the first time, their confidence faltered. Karen's mouth hung open, her fake authority trembling. Grandpa rocked gently on his swing like he had all evening. "You think you understand power," he said quietly, "but you don't even know whose gate you just touched." The tension thickened. Heavy with the truth none of them had figured out yet, Karen still had her phone pressed to her ear when sirens echoed down the dirt road. She smirked, already celebrating. Finally, she shouted, "Now, you'll see what happens when you break HOA law." The patrolmen straightened up, adjusting their jackets, pretending they were official backup. The cruiser rolled to a stop at the gate, dust swirling. The deputy stepped out, but instead of rushing toward Karen, his eyes locked on Grandpa. He tipped his hat respectfully. "Evening, Sheriff. Didn't expect to see you out here tonight." Karen's face drained instantly. "Sheriff," she stammered, pointing. "No, he's just some old farmer on a porch swing. He assaulted my patrol officer." The deputy didn't even look at her. He waited. Grandpa set his tea down slowly, stood up, and adjusted his hat. His voice cut clean through the air. "These people broke onto my land. They tampered with my gate without permission. That's trespassing and impersonating officers." His eyes shifted to the fake patrol. The two men shuffled, badges glinting awkwardly. One muttered, This is just a misunderstanding." Grandpa reached into his shirt pocket and pulled out an old, worn badge polished just enough to shine. Karen gasped. No way." Grandpa smiled thinly. "Retired sheriff of this county, and I still know every law you're breaking." The deputy's posture changed instantly. "Serious now. What do you want me to do, Sheriff?" Grandpa let the silence stretch, watching Karen squirm as her power collapsed into dust. Then he spoke low and firm. "Start by running their IDs. I doubt this is the first law they've broken." The patrolmen froze like cornered animals. Karen's confident smirk was gone. Her voice cracked as she tried to claw control back. "This is harassment. You can't let him wave some rusty badge like it still matters. He's just an old man trying to scare us." She shoved her phone toward the deputy. "I already called 911. Backup's coming for me." Grandpa leaned against the porch post, quiet, almost amused. The deputy shook his head. "Ma'am, that man isn't just an old farmer. Every cop in this county knows him. You messed with the wrong gate." But Karen wasn't finished. She ripped a folded paper from her clipboard and slapped it onto the fence. "This is an official HOA lien notice. His property isn't even his anymore. We can seize it." Her voice trembled, desperation leaking through. Grandpa's eyes darkened. He stepped off the porch slowly, boots pressing into the dirt with a weight that made even the fake patrol back away. He lifted the paper, glanced at it, then chuckled softly, holding it up to the porch light. The seal peeled clean off. "Cheap ink. Fake paper. You forged this," Grandpa said flatly. "That's a felony." Karen froze. The patrolmen exchanged panicked looks. One whispered, "We shouldn't have gotten involved." Grandpa returned to his swing and sat down, calm as before. He looked at the deputy. "Secure the scene." Don't let anyone leave. Karen snarled, panic driving her now. You'll regret this. I have friends in high places. You don't know who you're messing with. Grandpa rocked slowly, eyes steady on her. Neither do you, ma'am. The porch light flickered once. Headlights appeared at the end of the road. Karen lit up, pointing wildly. There, that's my backup. Now you'll see. The fake patrol straightened again, pretending confidence. A black SUV roared up, gravel flying. 3 broad-shouldered men stepped out in dark jackets, moving with dangerous confidence. Karen beamed. These are real enforcers, she shouted. Not like your little country deputy. The deputy tensed, hand near his holster. Grandpa lifted one calm hand. Wait. His eyes swept over the newcomers, and for the first time that night, a faint smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. Well now, he said quietly, look who finally decided to show up. The men stepped forward, and as they moved under the porch light, Karen's smug expression shattered completely. Bold letters across their jackets caught the glow. U.S. Marshals. One of them opened a folder. We got your call, Sheriff. Heard there was trouble involving impersonators. His gaze shifted straight to the fake HOA patrol. And wouldn't you know it, both of these guys have outstanding warrants in 3 states. The patrolmen went ghost pale, stumbling backward like cornered animals. Karen spun toward them, her voice shrill with panic. What? No, you told me you were official. The marshals ignored her. One cuffed the first man without hesitation. The second tried to run and was slammed hard against the SUV. Karen's phone slipped from her hand and hit the dirt. This isn't how it was supposed to go, she stammered. Grandpa rocked slowly on his swing, watching it all like a man observing a storm pass. Funny thing about power, he said softly, almost to himself. The louder folks shout about having it, the less they usually do. Karen whipped around to scream at him, but a marshal stepped into her space, stopping her cold. Ma'am, we're going to need to see your ID next. In one night, her fake empire collapsed. Her hands shook as the marshal reached for her. She yanked her purse back, shrieking, You can't touch me. I know the HOA president, he's a federal judge. You arrest me, you'll all be out of jobs tomorrow. The marshals didn't even blink. One muttered, We hear that one a lot. But Karen wasn't finished. She staggered toward the porch, fingers stabbing the air at Grandpa. And you, that electric fence is illegal. You assaulted my officers. I'll sue you for everything you own. You'll die broke on that rotten porch swing. Grandpa didn't react. He reached beside his chair and lifted a thick binder, heavy, tabbed, sealed with age and authority. He flipped it open and held up the first page. This, he said calmly, voice sharp as steel, is the original deed to this land. Signed, notarized, recorded, and renewed every generation. My family's owned this property since 1889. Long before your HOA ever existed. Karen's mouth fell open. Grandpa turned the page. And this, he continued, tapping a letter stamped with a gold seal, a federal exemption. This land is registered agricultural reserve, which means your HOA has exactly 0 jurisdiction here. The deputy let out a low whistle. The marshals exchanged looks of quiet respect. Karen staggered backward, her authority collapsing faster than she could invent lies. Grandpa leaned forward, eyes locked on hers. You broke onto a sheriff's land. You forged documents. You hired criminals to enforce fake rules, and now you're screaming about power you never had. The swing creaked as silence swallowed the night. Then he said the words that ended her for good. You didn't just trespass on my land. You trespassed on the law itself. Karen's legs buckled. For the first time, she had nothing left to say. As the cuffs snapped around her wrists. Porch lights flicked on across the neighborhood. Doors opened. Neighbors stepped out, whispering, watching. The HOA queen who once strutted through streets issuing threats was now being pressed against a marshal's SUV. Phones came out. Cameras flashed. Is that Karen getting arrested? Someone whispered. Laughter rippled through the crowd. About time, another voice muttered. Karen thrashed, screaming, Don't film me. You'll regret this. I own this neighborhood. But her voice cracked shrill, broken, powerless. Grandpa stayed on his swing, rocking steady. He didn't need to gloat. The street was doing it for him. The deputy approached, tipping his hat. "Sheriff, I'll handle the paperwork. You want to press charges yourself?" Grandpa took a long sip of his tea, thought about it, then shook his head. "No need. The law's already got her where she belongs." The marshals loaded the fake patrol and Karen into the SUV, doors slamming shut. Her screams faded as the vehicle disappeared down the road. Neighbors clapped. Some cheered. A few called out, "You saved us." Grandpa didn't smile. He just rocked, watching the dust settle. "I didn't fight half my life for this land," he said quietly, "just to let thieves take it with a clipboard." Morning came calm, the kind that only follows justice. Sunlight spilled across fields. Dew sparkled on grass. No HOA notices. No threats. Kids rode bikes. Families grilled. People waved instead of hiding. Grandpa sat on his porch swing like always, hat low, tea in hand. This time, the deputy parked out front to shake his hand. "You didn't just protect your land," the deputy said. "You gave this neighborhood its freedom back." Grandpa looked out over the fields. "That's all I ever wanted. Folks living without bullies knocking on their doors." He paused, voice carrying weight. "This land was paid for with blood, sweat, and service. Nobody, HOA or otherwise, is taking it." Applause broke out. Some even saluted. Grandpa leaned back, rocking slow, eyes on the horizon. The fight was over. Justice had spoken. "I didn't fight for this country," he said softly, "to be told I can't sit on my own porch." And the swing kept moving, just like it always had.